Let's take a ride. The Stafford Center. 1 week ago, I was here and I was ready to step on stage for the first time in my life. So I was here for Summer Shredding 1 week ago and I competed on stage for the first time. Now coming in, I wasn't nervous at all. I was just ready to step on stage because I've been working out for the last 11 years and I knew I had what it takes to compete with the best of them. The only thing on my mind was to find the tan guy because I needed a second coat of tan. Once that was taken care of, I was focused, I was ready. Once I saw Alex there, I was like, okay, we're good. Everything's fine, we're chilling. I had to wait about 3 hours, I believe, till I stepped on stage. So I was just trying to, time my meals perfectly, and I was just ready to carb up. I was ready to eat some Rice Krispie treats. The atmosphere was interesting. I walk in, and I actually expected there to be like a lot of people telling us where to go, what to do. We kind of all just flocked to the room, and it was kind of like there was no direction, which was odd. Like I was expecting there to be some leadership, like telling us what to do. They came out about 30 minutes later and, told the first group of people to get ready, but it was just a little odd. So we're in there, everyone's in their little groups and stuff like that, and we're just kind of waiting. It's freezing in there, by the way, which makes sense because some of the athletes were sweating like crazy. So I understand it. I was freezing. I was freezing the entire time. I actually went outside a couple times to get warm because I didn't want to be cold going on stage. We had so much time though that we were able to actually go into the auditorium and watch everyone compete on stage that was competing ahead of us in different classes. Once I walked in that room, that's when I knew what a production that Summer Shredding put on. I walked in and I was actually blown away by how great it looked visually. Now, pretty much the whole front section of the theater was full. Everyone was in there, so I had to sit in the back. But just to be able to see what was going to happen when we stepped on stage, it was an awesome feeling. And at that point, I knew I was ready. So now it's ready to pump up backstage. They lined us all up beforehand, and they told us the order we were gonna go in. We went out there. Alex was pumping me up. We were getting pumped up. And then it was time to step in line to walk out onto stage. Now, when this happened, nerves went up a tad bit, but I wasn't nervous. I was just let's get this over with. I was just ready to get it over with because I built it up so much in my mind that I was just let's do this. Now, we all are pumping up, and I think we didn't overexhaust ourselves, but we were trying to catch our breath before we went on stage. It was all of our first times competing. So we're oh crap, we gotta catch our breath because we're all doing push-ups, all that. And I thought of that ahead of time, so I didn't go crazy. But I did have to kind of slow the breathing down, catch my breath, and then it was time to walk out. So before we walked out, Coach said there's gonna be two type of people. One type of person who just completely blacks out, they don't even know what happened. And the second type of person where they just see everything, they see the judges, they're watching their mouths move and stuff like that. I was the blackout person. I remember being on stage, but I don't even know what the judges were looking at. I don't know who was looking at me in the crowd. I just kind of blacked out and did my thing, which to me, that's the better option. I don't want to be looking at what they're saying and how they're reacting and stuff like that. I looked at the pictures and those pictures came out fire. It's to me, it's a picture perfect pose. The only thing I would have changed is I was supposed to be on my toe. I was on all my toes, but that's kind of because I lost my balance. But I don't believe that had anything to do with, any of the judging. It could have been, but then once we got back into the line with everybody, that's when it got really fun, because you got to keep hitting your pose and perfecting it every time. Every time you needed to breathe, you reset, and then you got back into it. And that's when it got fun, because I probably got to hit it like maybe 6 or 7 times up there, and that's when I got to perfect it. And by the end of it, I felt really good about every little detail of it. So they call us up to the front, and I believe I was the last one called up on first call outs. So I was on the edge. You want to be in the center. Center is good, edge is not good, but it was first call outs, so I was 6 out of 12. First call outs, I'm walking off stage, I'm excited, I'm like, sweet, let's go. First call outs. We walk back, there's a lady handing us a cookie, it's exciting, and she goes, all of you are going back on stage. Everyone's going back on stage for the finals. So we're like, okay, we gotta do this again. So now a little time goes by, everyone goes through, and I'm like, I'm excited now to go on stage. Before I was locked in, I was in mentally. Now I'm excited because I'm like, now I get to show it off again, but now I'm looser, like, let's go. So we're all pumping up back there. We're all getting a recoat of the gloss. We're all ready, pumping up, and then she goes, yeah, only top 5 are going out. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, in my head, in my mind, I'm going out. Like, 100% guaranteed. Guaranteed I'm going out. They call 3 people out. They call 4 people out. They call the 5th person out, and I was not one of them. And I stood there flabbergasted. Like, I'm watching Christian Guzman hand them the medals that they deserved. Trust me, they all deserved it. We all worked hard. I'm standing there and I'm just like, what just happened? Like, I couldn't mentally wrap my head around the fact that I was not even in the top 5. Personally, I thought I had a top 3 physique looking back at everything. But again, I said it right over there. Before the competition, I said, everything is an opinion. It's all opinion of the judges. Hopefully they liked what we brought today. So I'm proud of the daily uploads every single day and just like the work we put in this past 2 weeks. I'm more proud of that than if I take first place on the show, because I've always said that I didn't want to do a bodybuilding show because it's based off the opinion of the judges. Today, we're just hoping we're on their good side. We hope we bring the best package we can possibly bring, and let's just hope for the best. Turns out, they thought it was a 6th place physique. Now, I'm gonna be hitting them up to see what I need to bring up, what my lacking points are, what they thought was better on certain people than me. I personally went through so many different emotions leaving the stage to when I went to bed that night. I probably went through every emotion you could think of. I was displeased, I was heartbroken, I was mind-boggled, I was mad, I was irritated. I wanted another shot to go back up there, because that's what they said we were gonna do, was all go back up there. So that's where I was at. But at the end of the day, at the end of it all, it was a fun experience. It was a great time. I enjoyed the crap out of being on stage. It was a lot more draining than I thought it was going to be too. My abs and my lower back were burning like crazy. But Summer Shredding, they put on a fantastic show. Judging, to me, was iffy. But again, judging's an opinion. And also, they aren't professional judges. They're guest judges. I've actually been watching one of the guest judges on YouTube since like 2014, the online coach. Like, I knew he was in the crowd. I didn't want to say anything to him. I didn't want to sway no opinions. I should have dapped him up beforehand. Maybe I would have you know, got that 5th place. But again, they're not NPC judges. It's not like they do this all the time. So I'll tell you what, I didn't even cheat, binge, or anything after the show. I was so hungry for the victory. I wasn't hungry for any food. Like I snacked on the bag of sour strips. I went home, I made double the rice I normally have, double the chicken I normally have, and a bowl of oatmeal. Like, that's it. I had so many options of treats and everything. Like, I just didn't want it because I didn't feel like I deserved it. But that's because I don't know if I didn't feel like I didn't deserve it. I was so hungry for a medal, for a victory, for whatever, that it just didn't feel like the time to be going all in on some food. Let me tell you something. This loss burned a fire in me. This place, the Stafford Center, is 3 minutes from my house. I have to pass this every time I want to go to the store. I see this every time I pass. And guess what? The last time that I epically failed was when I bombed out of a meet. And for the next year, that's all I could think about. Every rep, every set in the gym, my mind was on the next meet. So if you think passing here, working out every day at Alpha Land isn't gonna spark a fire inside of me every single time I touch a weight moving forward until I step on that stage again, you got another thing coming. Get ready, because I will be back, whether it be summer shredding, whether it be an NPC show. I will be stepping on stage again in 2023. We're gonna build on the physique. It's gain season, it's growing season, and let's come back and let's dominate. Let's earn a 1st place victory. Let's go.
If you guys aren't subscribed right now, go hit that subscribe button.
Tell them.
Stop messing around.
Stop messing around.
Because the man is coming.
We're running it up.
And if he gets first, bro, right now, bro, if you're not subscribed and he gets first, I'm coming to your house. I'm clicking that button for you.
Talk to him.